Hello. Welcome to this design thinking process presentation. My name is Kochun Wong. In this presentation, I will briefly introduce the HPI Stanford design thinking approach, then move on to the 5 stages or phases of design thinking in actions, each stage that I apply in my work, and last, the reflections, challenge, and key lessons learned. According to HPI Stanford, the design thinking is non-linear, iterative process that teams use to understand users, challenge assumptions, refine problems, and create innovative solutions to prototype and test. In other words, the process is a linear in theory and non-linear in approach. It is a human-centered approach to problems that are wrongly defined or unknown. The fundamental design thinking principle apply to most tools and agile method and train your skill in your work and project. It is designed for executives in organizations who want to use strategic design thinking to lead change process, innovator who want to grow their team leader skills in human-centered and agile project work. Overall, it is most widely used by corporate for their commercial product design. Why use design thinking in school? Personally, I think the design thinking process is a good process, like engineering design process. It is a great process for a certain type of learning because it is based on Agile's methodology, subject-specific topics such as game-based learning, project-based activity, teamwork, and tangible product, and purpose-driven innovative approach for design. However, it may not be useful or suitable for whole school or all grade level topics. Here is some examples for teaching and non-teaching staff activities. Photo from left to right, where tons of sticky notes with insightful ideas and progress of the stages where define ideate took place. Of course, you can see that people love paper versions in compare with digital one. As for student activity, where building, prototyping, and testing matters. The process has 5 phases or stages: empathize, define, ideate, prototype, and test. Since it is most useful to tackle problems that are wrongly defined or unknown, details of phases are listed on the screen. In the 5 stages of design thinking in actions, I have listed out 4 or 5 actions under each stages to highlight the objective of it. For example, during the empathize stage, interview, shadowing, seek to understand, and non-judgmental are the key points that I was looking for in order to achieve them. Let's see how this framework put together in practice in my school, shall we? Stage 1, empathize. By using the template provided, I interviewed our director of learning and seek to understand her current situations and troublesome issues. I have learned that the experience of overwhelm in use of OpenAI tools in our school. It has become a divisive issue to our teachers as well as our students' attitude towards learning. Detail can be read on this page. From our second interview, our director takes additional steps to pay a visit and observe a couple of classes to investigate the situation, and more information has been reviewed and the situation become much clearer. On the second stage, the define, as more details and information gathered from previous stage. With the HPI Stanford template, the use of verb to capture the needs and insights are really helpful. For example, on the right-hand side, define problem statement. Here, I can present the precise problem of this situation in the simplest format because less is more. To get the personal, role, objective, decisions, and challenges, points of pain. On the third stage, ideate, a silicon way to say brainstorming, where ideas were drafted and prioritized. Bear in mind that all idea is valuable. There is no good or bad ideas. Here is a famous quote: "A picture tells 1,000 words." Here I have 9 mini sketches and minifigures which capture from the user needs. Order from left to right. School should be a happy place where teachers and students are engaging in learning. The balance between the use of computer, open AI versus critical thinking, and so on. And put their solutions and capture feedback in text. On stage 4, iterate based on feedback, where mock-ups, storyboard, details of steps is necessary to help reflecting and generating a new solution. To keep it simple, I created 2 sub-steps for teachers and students. It is good for iterate quickly. If one of the sub-steps did not produce the outcome, I can take alternative. On 5th stage, build and test, a draft solutions were built together with the director to understand if additional impediments exist in the solutions. Questions such as, are we doing the right things? What works? What's not? How can we improve it? And so on. Moving into the share solutions and receiving feedback, I managed to kick off a simple workshop sessions to keep the ball rolling. The workshop was introduced copyright and presented the following cases. Number 1, the monkey selfie. Number 2, all-in-one scanner and color printer. Number 3, author and movie. Here's my reflections into 4 parts. First, qualified coach makes all the difference in design thinking. In order for innovative teams to reach their full potential, they need the guidance of well-trained design thinking coaches to coach along the way. Number 2, this is a refresher course for me and help me to transfer of learning where I can apply skill that I learned in my previous career to school environment. Number 3, the practicality of the process. Design thinking is famous in commercial products, and school is very different by nature and by its business. My concern in feasibility and user-friendly in timely manner, for example, technology integrations and instruction design models to be implemented. Number 4, the standard and curriculum alignment. Design thinking is a popular approach for a dynamic, human-centered, purpose-driven organization that embrace innovation culture. It might work for independent school and private school for sure, but it can be very challenging for public school to achieve full potential of innovations because they need to meet the defined standard and curriculum alignment set by the Department of Education of the country. The challenge and lesson learned. It is unusual to get true empathize and then define the problem in a single meeting with your user. If you treat your user a user and not willing to educate, grow, and walk along with them in their shoes, it is just like a doctor and patient's relationship. This design thinking approach is best for product or commercial industry where user loyalty matters. It is very different to a school where educating and nurturing the young one is about their growth, building trust, care, and positive relationship. Instead of treating each stage as dependent entity of previous one, I prefer the sticky notes by my wall where I can read someone's handwriting and tell their moods. Here is the end of my presentations. Thank you for watching.